used to call me Crazy Joe. Well, now they can call me Batman.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. I got another physical media review for you. This is a film I wasn't too familiar with. I didn't know this was even coming out. Didn't know too much about it, but I have a review copy here sent to us by Gravitas Ventures. Gravitas Ventures is the distributor of this particular Blu-ray disc. This is a documentary called When We Went Mad, an unauthorized story of Mad Magazine. You know, everyone knows Mad Magazine. This is a documentary all about the history of Mad Magazine and the people that worked on it. Obviously, I read Mad Magazine. I think everyone of my generation did. It only ceased publishing new issues in the last couple of years. In fact, they talk about this in the documentary. Quentin Tarantino inadvertently designed the cover to the final episode or final issue of Mad Magazine, a story he tells in this documentary that I'd never heard before, but it's very, very interesting. And it ties in to his film Once Upon a Time in the West. A lot of celebrity interviews here, a lot of celebrities talking about their history with Mad Magazine. You've got Howie Mandel, you've got Weird Al Yankovic, Bryan Cranston, Frank Santopadre, who also was a writer for Mad. Frank Santopadre of the Gilbert and Frank's Colossal podcast. And Gilbert Gottfried is interviewed here. This documentary just came out this year. They must have been working on it for a while because Gilbert's been dead for about 3 years now. So I don't know when they did his interviews, but Gilbert is interviewed here. Lot of celebrity, or Judd Apatow is interviewed. But the real story comes from the actual writers and artists that worked on Mad Magazine, telling the story from its inception all the way through. And it is quite an interesting story. I thought it was pretty interesting stuff. I did not know a lot. I read Mad Magazine as a kid, but I didn't know a lot about it. It was a pretty edgy magazine. Pretty edgy stuff. Like, there's a story in here about how they did an issue in the 70s, like 1974. Keep in mind, this was considered a kids magazine, right? 1974. Now, this wouldn't be that shocking for today. But try to put yourself in the head that this was 1974. They put an issue out where the cover was just somebody giving the finger. That was the cover in 1974 for a magazine that was generally thought of as something children read. That's some pretty edgy stuff, and a lot of politics in there, a lot of things that they talk about, how a lot of this stuff was going over kids' heads, but the hope was that kids would look into it and learn about what they're being paired, because we think, like, you remember the Simpsons, the whole joke about they were going to make fun of the boy band that Bart was in, and Nelson's like, they called me Smelson, ha ha. Like, you think it's just silly pun names like that, but no, there was some really edgy stuff in Mad Magazine. It was pretty fascinating. I want to dig up some old Mad magazines now and look through them again and see the things that I missed as a kid. So yeah, this is a good documentary. It's definitely, I think, worth your time, especially if you grew up with Mad Magazine. Now, this is Gravitas Ventures. They are more of an indie distributor, so you don't get all the bells and whistles you would with a major release. There's no digital code. You're not getting a digital code. You're not getting a DVD. One disc only, Blu-ray. That's it. And there's no special features on here. It's just the movie. But it's a pretty good documentary. And did I mention Weird Al Yankovic? Weird Al Yankovic's one of the celebrities interviewed here. And look at the back cover. There's Howie Mandel. And then these are some of the writers. That's Bryan Cranston. But these are some of the writers and artists that worked on Mad Magazine over the years. So I definitely recommend checking this out. If you have an interest in Mad Magazine, if you grew up reading Mad Magazine, this might be something you want to check out. I thought it was very interesting. I want to thank our friends at Gravitas Ventures for sending me a review copy, and it's available in stores now. When We Went Mad, the unauthorized story of Mad Magazine. So thank you. And hey, until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas with that back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.